Hello and welcome, this is Gunner, and we're back with some more Unity of Command. Now, one thing I want to check real quick is they mentioned that I had a reorganization limit of 2, and I still honestly don't know what that means. And it looks like I can reorganize all the way up to 3 points, so I don't know if that means I can only do this 2 times. I mean, honestly, I don't 100% know what that means, but this unit's weak to the point of not being able to be used, so I figure why not just add this in, and we'll see, I guess. I mean, it says 10 available, so maybe reorganization is something else? I'm not really sure. Well, anyway, I'm going to spend this. We have the prestige for it. And we want to have units be useful again, if at all possible. Now, there are a couple spots that I kind of need those points more than others, but I just kind of wanted to test to see what exactly would happen with that. Okay. So we have this to deal with. It looks like I can do casualties there nicely. Question is, can I get a point of breaking here? What do you have? Oh, okay. Got that rocket artillery truck. So, and it looks like attacking you would be just about the same as attacking anyone else. Yeah, I think I want to push, though, for getting this link up here. I don't know what all we're going to do with that. Maybe that's me rerouting resources in a way I shouldn't, because I should be focusing on this objective down here. Although, I mean, I've got enough forces here, I think I'd be able to pull it off. It should be a matter of solidifying things and making sure my enemy can't cut me off. So, clearly that's something I need to do. Go ahead and do so. We'll have you move down to here. Have you move there. Well, honestly, if I move here and then I move here, and we should have them locked in and unable to affect me here. Now what we need to do is we need to make sure that this guy can't just come down here. I don't know if I can pull that off. Guess we'll move this unit up. He's the only one that can make it there. Then we'll use this unit to move there. Okay. Been done. Go ahead. Can we do any casualties here? I mean, it looks like I can. So we'll go for it. Let's do a higher strength unit first. Actually, let's do this unit, just in case he moves away. Okay. Hit him again. Got an overrun, but I don't think there's anything I can do with that overrun at the moment. We can move in here. Push that up. Okay, not bad. May be able to get to this bridge. Okay, we could move in here, and then I could use the tank to help me out in here, if that is what makes sense. Now, as far as objectives go, this is not an objective, so we could kind of ignore this area if it makes sense. I mean, if the units here are a threat to me, then maybe, and I do need the supply line perhaps. We do have to capture this. Well, I do have an attack choice here, I believe. We can do some good casualties to this guy. Not as much there. Not unless I hit here, but I don't know if that makes much sense. So, my idea was to hit this guy. He has a higher chance of retreating, so maybe that's why we do this one. Didn't retreat, but maybe we follow up with the engineer. And honestly, it's not going to hurt from a supply line standpoint. I could shimmy up like one level with all these men and keep the supply lines intact. As a matter of fact, I may be able to get away with even further than that. Let's say I move this guy up and we hit this guy. Right. Now I should be able to push up and through. In that case, the motorized infantry should do that. So we can leapfrog off of the motorized infantry. There we go. Then I can move the tank in here. Now, this unit is kind of weakened, so I may take this opportunity to strengthen the unit. So, what can we do here? I think this unit's fairly important, so I will do that. Now, the question is, I just did this twice. Can I do it again? Oh, it's done. So that was it. So maybe that wasn't the best use of my resources. But I kind of want to check that idea, because they didn't, in my opinion, explain it all that well. Okay, we're going to go ahead and hit here. Well, we know we're moving the tank in. But who is the tank going to hit? Obviously somebody that we can kill makes more sense. So, go with that. Got him to move back. I'm not sure we're going to do anything with that. We have to solidify this supply line here. So, in theory, I could move this infantryman in. And, you know, there wouldn't be a problem with that. So, I don't know if anybody here would be a good target, but this guy's a good target. So, let's hit him. Oh, of course he did. Of course he did that many casualties to me. Why wouldn't he? Sometimes this game really pisses me off, and that's one of those situations where it just pisses me off to no end. He's not even finished off either. Alright, well, we'll move up here. Make sure we don't lose our supply line. Although, technically, I guess I don't need to do that. Now I think about it, but... oh well. Alright, so I'm gonna finish him off with this guy. With this guy down, not that it matters. Hopefully he doesn't take too many more casualties, but that just royally pisses me off. Okay. So... oh, we had a tank sitting here. Whoops. I didn't notice that until just now. Yeah, okay, we could have used that a couple turns ago, perhaps. Okay, so... you can only move that far. I guess I should have moved there, now that I'm thinking about it. No, we could still do that. I'll do move. Okay. You up, because that should still be within supply. Move this guy back. This guy here. And sure, let's see if we can breach him. Okay. We follow up on that? Yeah. Okay. Well, got these guys all encircled. They should be out of supply and not able to really retain it or get it back. And we just have to deal with them. Okay, let's focus on a new spot. So, I think I did something here, but I don't know if I finished everything as I'd like to do. We don't want this guy to be able to link back up with his lines. I think should be easy enough to stop. All we have to do is just move a guy here. Or move a guy here, and that would do the same thing. Now let's go with this move. And then this unit and this unit, I don't really have to keep around where they are. And really, we should stop these guys from being able to relink with their lines. So let's try and do that. Not 100% positive I can totally stop them, but I think I can. If I move this unit here, move this unit here, in theory, we've stopped them from being able to regroup their lines. This guy could pull back here and regroup the lines that way. Not really anything I can do to stop him from doing that. Go ahead and move this guy up a little, I guess. You have a movement that you can do. We might as well have you come over here somewhere. We have you come over here. You can move up a bit with some of these. Move this guy in here. Now the problem with that is we're potentially putting this weakened 3 unit in a spot where they're going to take damage, which we really don't want to have happen. So we have this unit do it, and then have this unit step in there. Okay, I'll do that. Or alternatively, we have this guy do it. And we have this guy move to where he was. This guy there. We have this guy go there. Alright. I think that's all we're going to get done this turn, except for down here. I have to figure out a way. Now, I can get my supply lines linked up just by moving up here. And honestly, I think that's a good idea. The weather isn't really... Oh, no, it's affecting this whole area. And I can't really move that far. Wow. Yeah, I can't link these lines up. Because we are so Combination of the weather and all that other garbage. I can't even get myself into a supply either. That's the other thing that sucks. Yeah, this whole thing just pisses me off. If this weather hadn't hit, we'd probably be fine, but now I have no option but to retreat, and I may lose my tanks here. I don't know if there's anything I can do about it. You there. Definitely need to move you back. Try and get you back in supply. We could just try and hit this guy and see if we can do enough casualties to him. I mean, I still have movement points. Oh, of course you would. Infuriating. And now we have enough, I think. I am almost thinking just throw the bodies of my infantry on this guy to get that supply line back. Granted, it's not really going to get the supply line back. That's the thing that's even more maddening about it, is it doesn't even do that. Because this guy's in the way. Well, finish him off. Oh. Finish him off. Thank you. Put this guy here. Alright, we had to back up quite a bit there. And we still haven't recovered our lines, but everybody should be in supply now, so... even if the weather persists, which it shouldn't, be fine. Just to make sure they can't cut me off from supply over here. I guess there's a possibility they'll be able to come down here and cut this guy off. So to try and prevent that, I'm going to move this guy here. This guy here. Alright, well that was a mess. And we lost armor that we can't replace, so feel bad about that. You're still out of supply. And there's nowhere I can move you that would put you... Well, if we move you to here... Well, having him out of supply for 2 turns would be terrible, so... Okay, that's what we're gonna do. But yeah, but that weather screwed me hard. Okay. Well, I think what we did, we did what we could. These units really can't fall out of this trap, so we should be able to finish them off next turn. I know it's a major pain in my ass that they're that badly suppressed, and yet I can't actually do anything about it. Alright, well, looking at things, I think we've done what we could. Just about everywhere. Next turn will be turn 4, and we're actually on top of this guy. I think we just airstrike the crap out of him and see if we can do stuff with our armor. Finish this off. They really shouldn't be able to reinforce this too heavily. I mean, in theory, they could pull guys from here and try and body up. But I'll have at least 2 or 3 attack avenues on this guy. And if we hit him hard with the airstrikes, we should be alright. Alright, well... Let me make sure I'm not missing any units that a tank that's sitting up there. I had no idea it was there. Okay, well, let's end the turn, see what happens. I don't know if I'm necessarily in that strong of a position, but... Continuing to get reinforcements, they are. A lot of reinforcements. Okay. I wonder if those are desperation attacks. I mean, I have to remind myself that I have time on my side to a certain extent with this campaign. I mean, I can't take forever, but... That's a lot of movement. Kind of lost track of where they're going at this stage. There's just so much stuff moving around here. Okay, they did manage to get out of the encirclement. I thought it was possible. Okay. Well, as I said, we just need to have this happen, so we're going to airstrike it. Should I throw my engineer at him first? Like, for example, we could move the armor up and throw the engineer in there and hit, but with as many men as he has, we'd probably just take horrible casualties, so let's just go for it. Okay, that one did nothing. That one did nothing. Wow, that's fantastic. We're not going to get this one done. I mean, I know the odds weren't great, but it's what I had to attack here, and that's really unfortunate. Well, we'll push now. Maybe I should have started off with attacks like that, but in this case, I'm going to push almost like we're going to succeed here. But it's going to be up to my tanks. I can't even do that. Okay. I think it's going to be up to the engineer here. We got to break this, even if I take a lot of casualties. Okay, that wasn't too bad. There we go. And I want a healthier squad to move in here. It'll be this guy. Okay, we pulled it off. Might as well punish this guy for reinforcing right in my face. That's what you get. I'm not going to be able to wipe him out, but that does get me going here. Okay, so I tried to save my engineer taking those casualties with the airstrikes, and now I feel like it was a complete waste of time. Okay, we can have these weakened units finish you guys off. Got 2 units here that have been cut off for a long time. And it should be weakened units to do it if at all possible. And failing that... Oh, come on. Another turn being out of supply because the weather is still bad down here. Alright, so now the question is, can we kill this guy that's in my way? That's holding on to the supply line. Now this down here is not an objective. I was mostly just hitting it to maybe take this rail line, but because it's not an objective, I may ignore this town altogether. I mean, it would be nice to have this rail line. But I'd have to get through this town, I'd have to get through this town. Not sure if I'm going to be able to pull that off or not. Let's do what casualties we can. All right, I think the idea here... Try and cut them up from what supplies they're getting. Granted, that's not going to be possible. There's a supply right there. We could capture it. Necessarily do us much good, though. So easy for him to cut me out from supply. See what I can do here. That would be a good attack. If I could then cut this rail line, these guys would be out of supply. In theory, I can do by moving this infantry over. Alright, well, let's focus on getting our supply line back, because that's what's causing us so much issues here. So, tank's going to be the best move. It's, you know, it's amazing how little we actually get done with that. Alright, I'll advance up the track as if we will be successful here. Okay, we can do 1 casualty there. I'm trying to kill him. And eventually pull it off. Bye. Be there. Alright, now we should be all in supply, which is fantastic. I think at this stage we're just going to hold on to the rail line. Start advancing up. That threat thwarted. This guy doesn't really matter so much anymore unless he comes straight down here and tries to sever my rail line. I mean, I guess he could go around, so we don't want him to be able to do that. So I put this infantry here to kind of block him. Okay. Now we can attack here. Sever this rail line. Won't be able to do any casualties. I don't know if we can do any casualties to this guy. Their supply situation like here. I mean, honestly, if we don't get this rail line hooked up, these guys are going to be out of supply if they keep trying to push up this rail line, so... We have no chance there. Well, if we go here, it's going to be hard for this guy to cut this guy off from supply, because he could go down this way, but it's not going to do him much good because we have another line here. So, alright, I'll go with this move. Then I'll have you. Honestly, you can stay put, because it doesn't really matter. Because this guy's not going to try and cut me off from supply, because then he would just let me have the rail line, and he would not have his entrenchment, and it'd be a lot easier to deal with him. So, I don't think he would do that. I mean, I guess in theory it's possible. Alright. Well, we got this south thing doing its thing. Maybe if I cross the river here, we'd be out of supply. Well, not necessarily. We may get supply in here. Go ahead and move this guy up, because what else is he going to do? Alright, well, honestly, we should just wipe these guys out so we can actually use this infantry. So, well... Like this guy. Guy walk up. This guy. Okay. Done with that. You guys are no longer a nuisance. Thing here. Come up. That guy. Alright. Looking good. Now we gotta figure out what we're gonna do with all this. So we want this stuff and this stuff to link up so we can use it. So where would be a good target for that link up? I guess we hit this guy. Honestly, we have very good targets here. Alright, I guess I'll go in this direction. Ow. Have you cross the river. And leapfrog past you if need be. Have this guy cross the river. We can hit here. Then move in. Okay, so these guys should be linked up a little bit. I mean, not a lot. We haven't linked the rail line yet, but we're not going to be able to. Fine, I guess. Now we want to be able to push this guy aside so we can try and link up the rest. I don't know if infantry can do that. I don't know if that's going to be enough casualties, so I may have to do that with my tank. We could have this tank just run down this way and smash him from behind. Because otherwise we'll be out of supplies unless we do this. So, how? Okay. And now we can move this guy in here. Guess we can do it casually. Now we can cross over like so. Smash you in the face. You again to finish you. Me. Looks like we could get here, so why not roll up and control this rail line? Now, enemy may be able to cut me out from supply. I really don't want them to be able to do that. So if I go here, yeah, it pushes the rail line a little further, but at the same time, it does allow them to just walk in here and cut this guy out from supply very easily. So let's just move up here. And then you should be able to use your extra movement to hold the line. Perfect. You can cross the river. There. Everything's looking good. You into the city. Okay. Might as well form up on the bridge. Not gonna have anywhere else to go. But yeah, that was pretty successful. Managed to link these two drives up. It won't take much longer to get the rail lines linked, and then we'll keep going. We've got this objective to go. We've got this push going. We could cross this bridge and help out with that push at any time. There's not a lot of opposition in my way now. Okay, now that we've done that, we need to either link these forces up, or we need to link up with this push, with these units here. So I have to make up my mind on what would be the best course of action here. In my mind, come across the river here. Trying to use somebody that can just barely get across. It looks like you. Oh, not good odds, huh? Oh, it might be the best move to use the engineer here. Of course you take casualties. Why wouldn't you? Now we got him hurting. I mean, honestly, this is probably his last move anyway, so it'd probably be okay to do this. Smash that guy. Okay, we got an overrun with this guy. Okay. I think that's the extent of what my infantry can do to help me out here. Well, we can have this infantry come in. Bad casualties, though. Alright, so the idea here was to link up the forces. We're damn close to doing that. I mean, now if I go here, so we'll stop here, smash this guy. Well, you should be able to link up here so that we're all linked together, because otherwise you'd be out of supply. We don't want that. Oh. There. there. All right. Well, I can hit here. And I'll go ahead and move in there. Do the same thing, hit this guy. Well, sever this guy's link. Then in theory, these guys can link up again if I'm not careful. All that would have to happen is this unit to come up this way and that unit to go that way, and they'd link up again. But they'd be still cut off from supply, so I don't know if that really helps them. Sure, we'll move in there to get rid of that bit of red. Now, if I'm not careful with this move, I want to put myself in a position where I'm out of supply, because right now supply lines are kind of tight. So I could, yeah, move this aggressive move and attack here, but I would definitely be out of supply. I could move up here and try and smash this guy. Doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to do that, though. And it'd be very easy, even if I was in decent supply, which I know I won't be. But even if I was, it'd be very easy for my enemy to cut me off. So all they have to do is walk up this way and they've got me. Should I go ahead and risk it and try and get this guy? Because he's going to be in my way in the future. Trying to roll up this. Sure. I mean, what else is my guy going to do? Attack this guy? That doesn't really serve me any purpose. Or attack here, where I could maybe get something done. Yeah, what the hell. Okay. It kind of puts us in an awkward spot, but we've got armor that, and at least idea would be supporting me next turn to keep pushing the rail line. Okay, what's our next objective? We got turn 4. We got turn 12 here. Turn 7. But definitely we want to keep pushing this way. So this advance actually makes sense because it does eventually get me to that objective. Yeah, okay. I mean, but there's a lot standing in my way, so not sure how easy that's going to be. We've got a decent amount of armor here, though. But this is going to be a good spot to go ahead and put a cut in the video, so I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.